Hey guys, so are we all? So welcome to My Way Tarot. This will be a general weekly reading for Libra placements. So if you have Libra as your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury or North Node in your birth chart, this reading will be for you. Everything that you need to know can be found in the description box below. So guys, let's get into your reading. Angels of love and light, we please have clear and concise messages for Libra placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury and North Node. What do they need to know? What do they need to hear for the current energies of this week for the 28th of July to the 3rd of July 2025? What do they need to know? What do they need to hear? Please and thank you. Just cutting up the deck for you now. We'll get into your reading. Okay, so we have the Nine of Wands. Okay, 10 of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. 2 of Wands and the 5 of Cups. Heavy fire coming through. I mean, we are in Leo season, so maybe you do have fire placements, okay? But what this kind of all says to me is that you guys have had something brought up to your awareness, okay? Whether that's something that you've realized within yourself or something that's occurred around you, okay? And this could be in regards to family, okay? So I'm hearing sick and tired of it, to be honest with you. 144 on the timer as I go to say that. So there could be certain people that you're dealing with here, and you're just a bit, done with these particular individuals. There's always something going on, right? I'm actually getting a little bit of competitiveness for some reason, not necessarily from you, but others competing with you in some form or fashion. Like someone that needs to have their ego stroked, or they need that validation or reassurance that they think and feel on some level that they're doing better than somebody else in their life in particular, or other people in general, or maybe even just you. And you're just like, look, not being funny. I just heard it's not a D measuring contest. Like, so I'm getting that for some reason. Like, and obviously I can only say so much on here, right? Before I get kind of told off from YouTube. But I just specifically heard, look, mate, it's not a measuring contest, all right? Like, I'm not really that bothered by it. And so even if you haven't said that you're not bothered by it, like you kind of tried to distance yourself or not interact with this person too much. I mean, I'm hearing only on a particular basis where it's absolutely necessary that you have to be around this person. Like, I'm getting something to do with family gatherings, or those types of like social events, such as like a wedding or a funeral or an anniversary or a gender reveal or something like that, where all the family comes together and it's like, right, well, I haven't seen you in however long. I don't really know very much about what's going on in regards to your life. So therefore, it's like they're trying to put all the supposed highlights of what they've got going on, all the good bits, to put out to kind of inflate their ego type of thing. And you feel no need to do that whatsoever. It's not necessary. And I don't know. It's interesting why I'm getting all of that. So obviously that's quite a specific message for someone. 414 on the timer, but I nearly said 444. So you may be seeing of those numbers. But anyway, let's find out what's going on here. Okay, for Libra, there's always someone that has to kind of feel like they're having to flaunt whatever they have in comparison to others. But actually, if you were to take a closer look at their life, they're not really as fulfilled as they're kind of giving off the impression that they are. They're dealing with something heavier. And I feel like you can probably see right through that, and you could probably communicate a few home truths to a particular person or these people, but I'm hearing that you don't feel the need to do that, and it's not necessary, but you just know it to be true anyway, so you're just kind of letting them get on with it, as it were, right? Seven of Pentacles. Interesting. What's going on here, please and thank you? For Libra. Knight of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There's you. What's this? What's going on here, please? For Libra. Ten of Swords, everything is fine. Wow. Ace of Wands, yeah, okay. What was I literally just saying? It could be years that you have potentially seen of someone, and all of a sudden there's like a get together, and somebody is trying to portray everything to be of a one thing, right? Oh, everything's amazing. I've just got this new job, or I just bought this new car, or I've just, paid off my mortgage, or I've done this, that, and the third, or, announcing the birth of a child, or we have another one on the way, or whatever it is. But then actually, they're suffering in some form, and you kind of know and intuitively sense of that, and you could definitely say, look, right, I know that you're kind of projecting a lot out here to be of a certain way when it's obviously not, but you're keeping that very much to yourself. That information is valuable, right? So it's not to get you into a position and place of like thinking and feeling that they are where they are and you are where you are, because I'm hearing that it's taken more time for you to get to where you are going, right? Or where you're at, is because you're doing it properly, right? There's no easy, route. There's no shortcuts. There's no, funny business. You've done everything authentically, truthfully, honestly, righteously, like all of that, if you get what I mean. Like, and so therefore, if anybody else around you is trying to make, comparisons, then it's probably not going to be long until something doesn't work out for them. And so therefore then it's like, well, you tried to race your way through this, or you took impulsive action on this, or you made a reckless decision on this because of, thinking and feeling that it was going to get you so much. Like, I'm picking up on something to do with money, like a get quick rich scheme or what have you, rather than slowly but surely building a foundation and having the patience and cultivating it and nurturing it and growing it and all of that. And I feel like you have done something like this and somebody else hasn't done that. Okay. Yeah, interesting. Okay, yeah, wow, judgment, Sagittarius energy. You made the right judgment call, okay, and this other person or these other people haven't. So I'm hearing that if something is going to fall apart, it's going to fall apart. Yeah, Five of Wands, right? Gosh, guys. Oh, that is so funny. Like, how I was saying, well, it's not a, a D measuring contest. So you have all these wands and they're all fighting it out with each other. These wands, I mean, gosh. Actually, now I just realized that with the Ace of Wands. I mean, how funny. Okay, so it's like when somebody, I'm now getting the reference to somebody being in like a midlife crisis, okay, and rather than dealing what it is that they have going on internally or emotionally, it's like they want to automatically make themselves better by um feeling validated in some way or reassured or whatever. So they spend their life savings or a huge amount of money to get themselves like a red Ferrari or something like that. And I'm hearing it's so cliche. Basically, to kind of put a plaster over the crack, really, or paper over the crack, or plaster over the wound that actually needs to be an open wound in order to heal. They're just trying to cover certain things up, but actually deep down with the Five of Cups, they are really not doing all that great. Okay, and they're going to continue not feeling that great because they're always going to be comparing themselves, whereas I feel like you're not doing of that at all, and you're someone that sees, the positivity in things, right? You're someone that is um someone that has gone through a lot, but you can always see the silver lining in regards to what you've gone through and learn from that and grow and evolve from that. and not kind of cry the woe is me card type of thing, if you get what I mean. Gosh, I know this sounds a bit blunt, but I don't know why I'm getting all of this. Okay, the hang one, it's like, yeah, you see the bigger picture in it all, whereas there are others around you that don't necessarily see the bigger picture, or they don't actually understand why you've made certain decisions that you have, or why you're on the path that you are, and why you're not maybe further ahead than they probably thought that you were going to be. Or maybe you even questioned, oh, well, why aren't I further ahead than I thought I would be by now? And it's because you've had to, learn a lot here. um I'm hearing heal. You've had to heal from a lot. What else is going on here? Wow, Nine of Cups and Temperance with the Hierophant and the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, the universe, God, spirit, whoever you resonate with is basically saying, look, slowly, slowly, gently, gently, okay, being patient and working through things is actually what's going to cultivate this wish fulfillment and bring in your heart's desires, by taking the time and, knowing that the process is a process in itself, right? Processing is a process. So you've still had to mediate a lot in your life, but still have kind of stuck true to what it is that you wholeheartedly believe in and working on in regards to yourself. The Fool. I'm hearing the new beginning is pretty much here for you. Obviously, you would like it to have happened sooner, right? This new cycle of your life. But there's been a reason for it, okay? Wow, the Devil, Capricorn energy with the Eight of Cups. Yeah, I feel that you've actually had to detach and remove yourself from certain people, places, and things that don't serve you, okay? And you've had to heal a lot from your past. And that all takes time. And so, therefore, you may have felt like you've been in this kind of waiting period, in order to have what it is that you're wanting to have, right? But divine timing has been at play here, okay? I'm hearing all those years that people um, that have been building, right? It's taken longer for them because they also had to heal from all the surviving that they did previously, from what they went through, years of it. And so, therefore, rather than taking that time that you would have done to have that extra to be able to build and to cultivate and to be further ahead, you actually had to, do the inner healing. You had to do the spiritual work. You had to do all of the stuff, right? So that it could open up new levels for you, that it could open up a higher timeline for you, that you would be, in a position and place to thrive rather than survive. Okay, but there are people here that have, not all people, but definitely quite a lot of people out there that haven't really had that much difficulty in their upbringing or their childhood or what have you. They've had a relatively solid start in life. They haven't come from humble beginnings. They haven't had to kind of slave away for everything that they have. They've been given, access to certain things and opportunities and resources or whatever. And you may not have had any of those things. And so, therefore, it's like, well, yeah, of course, my path is going to look completely different to yours, right? And as much as you want to be out here and, feel like you're bragging, right, that you have this, that, and the third, um, yeah, physically, materially, I may not have maybe as much in comparison, but internally, like emotionally and spiritually, like I am a lot further evolved than you. Now, I know that it's not like you're painting yourself to be out better than this person or these people or anything like that. I'm not getting that, right. I want to say that. But, your path's different. You've had to work on different things compared to this other person, and you haven't had the jump start in life, like the same as maybe this person has, right? I just heard handed on a silver platter. So somebody, may have been given quite a lot on a silver platter, right? And you haven't had that. You haven't had the silver spoon at all. What's going on here? This is a very interesting message, by the way, guys. So I don't know or think that it's going to resonate with every single person, and I have no idea what I'm going to label this, what I'm going to call this, but this is definitely somebody's reading because this is quite unique. Wow, we have this. Oh gosh. We have the Sun, Leo energy. We're in Leo season. We have the World and the Five of Cups. Okay. With the Page of Wands and the Page of Cups with the Ace of Swords. I was picking up on that earlier, right? You always manage, even though you've dealt with some very tricky times in your life, you've always managed to stay relatively optimistic and know that every cloud has a silver lining, that there will be a change in your life and that there will be a triumph. You will be successful in however you pertain success to be for you. Exactly, with the Two of Cups, like you know that it's going to come into harmony and balance at some point. So not to necessarily like compare yourself with these others, okay? Queen of Swords and the Sun. You know the truth, you know your truth, and if other people don't get it, then that's fine, that's fair enough, right? But you've gone through some things here that people don't know or see, right? Or fully understand. Oh my gosh, Three of Cups with the Seven of Swords just flew out. Three of Swords, Seven of Swords, Knight of Cups, Nine of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. I feel like there's definitely been an energy here of somebody, not necessarily you at all. I'm hearing this is somebody else that has, you know, like gone out of their way to do of things. Oh gosh, I'm hearing dog eat dog world. So I'm getting that kind of mentality, right? And then somebody says, well, you either eat or you get eaten, or something like that along those lines, right? Like as if like you either the prey or the predator type of thing, and somebody is like very much like kind of bulldozes through people, or they don't have much empathy or care or consideration, or they're using certain tactics here emotionally to have control of a situation for it to go in their favor. Okay, right? I'm hearing whatever means necessary. And you're not like that at all. You're not like that at all. I just heard, come on over to the dark side. I don't know if that's like Star Wars related, and now I'm getting told Star Wars, and now I'm seeing Darth Vader. Right? I'm getting like a battle between uh Darth Vader and the Jedi. What's his name? Or like Skywalker or what have you, with the battle of the lightsabers, like against good and evil. So maybe there's been some sort of spiritual warfare that you've been going through, or there's actually been like a actual argument that you've had with someone, or someone's tried to pick a fight with you, like try to force their opinion or their views or what have you on you, to kind of, you know, to do off something that they've wanted you to do, but then you're not feeling comfortable about it. You may have said, no, I'm not doing that. It could have been tempting to have done that at one point, because you may have been in a really tough situation. So it's like, well, if I did follow through with this, then I wouldn't have the immediate problem that I have now. That would be resolved. But I feel that you might have turned a blind eye to it. Like, not a blind eye, it's not how I not like you turned a blind eye and ignored it or whatever, but you kind of like, no, I'm not going to do that. I made the decision, and that was like maybe a test for you in some way or for someone, or I don't know. This seems really random, this reading. I don't even know whether I'm going to post this, but I feel like I'm going to post it. The devil. What was I literally just talking about? Page of Cups. Guys, I mean, even if there's nothing like, there's been nothing illegal or anything going on here, right? Or like fraudulent or whatever. I did just get told something along the lines of like, oh, do you know what? Well, maybe, you know, things have been really difficult financially. Maybe I should open up like an OnlyFans or something like that, or put my pictures online on like WikiFeet or something like that, or like Foot Finder or something. Somebody's like, well, maybe I should put myself out there online, or even go to do of certain activities here, and then get some sort of money or what have you that way. But the hermit, like not doing of that, or that could have been an option, or somebody just may have, even if somebody jokingly said, oh well, why don't you do this, it's not a big deal, everybody else does that these days, what have you. But you're like someone's that's maybe quite traditional, or you're like, no, I'm not going to be, you know, putting myself out there in that way just to make a quick buck, you know, just to make a, you know, quick money here. Even though it's very tempting, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to kind of um something about your integrity to do that. You're not doing that. Yeah, wow, King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. It's like, no, I'm not gonna kind of um oh gosh, what is that word? It's really annoying me. I'm not gonna something to do with your integrity. Like you're not gonna compromise on your integrity or your values, your beliefs, your truths, just because of the sake of wanting to make some quick money to get out of a situation. You've just kind of like carried on and persevered, and continued to have trust and faith in the process. Okay. But I feel like you're about to be rewarded very soon by the universe by taking the moral high ground, okay, and doing everything the right way. Seven of Pentacles, yeah, you're gonna get paid, okay, without having to do all of that. Ace of Pentacles, and you're going to be able to move on out of the difficult situation that you have been in, especially if it has been financially. King of Wands. You know, the King of Wands is someone that's able to think outside of the box. They're very creative, very entrepreneurial. So it's like, do you know what? Everyone else is doing this, and it's tempting to kind of follow down that particular road the same as everyone else, but I'm not going to do that. I hold myself, you know, to higher standards, and, you know, I'm not going to be doing of that. So I'm going to come up with other ways to bring this in for me, or I'm going to take inspired action on things that I feel called to do in order to set me up nicely in the future, right? And level up that way. And that took a lot of courage, I'm hearing. It took a lot of courage. Last messages for Libra. Four of Wands and Justice. I mean, look at this. Pretty much the last two cards. Justice is coming through for you. You did it all the right way. And so therefore you're going to be claiming those rewards. Okay, and your new beginning is here with the Fool. there was definitely something or someone had been testing you to see if you would buckle, to see if you would, you know, I don't even want to say like fall back into old habits or bad habits as such, because I feel like you're well past that. But yeah, with the strength card, Leo energy. So there's something about this Leo season is a real turning point for you. Okay. Wow. And yeah, if you're dealing with other people around you that are like, yeah, materially or financially rich, okay, um, believe you me, like money doesn't buy happiness, okay? It doesn't. So they probably have a lot of issues going on in other areas of your life, whereas you probably haven't got those issues in your life, internally and emotionally and spiritually, whereas, finances may have been a bit more difficult to come by. But that's because you're on the spiritual path, is what I'm hearing. And that's what ends up happening. Anyway, guys, I have no idea what on earth I'm going to title this reading. This was just something else, to be honest with you. It's probably, if it's going to resonate for anyone, it's going to resonate for one person, or there will be parts of the message that resonate. But I mean, we have double. Wow, trying to say double. Miss Mercury retrograde is really messing me up. It's in Leo, and I'm a Leo sun, right? And I was trying to say double Capricorn, but then I said dabble. Okay, like when somebody dabbles in with something. So I also want you guys to know that there has most likely been some dabbling going on in the background, right? To create obstacles in your path, to slow you down, to create delays, to make you into this position and place where you feel like you're in the bottom of this pit and you're not going to get out of it, right? And that things aren't improving, and that for you to go, I'm hearing on like moving on over to the dark side, right? Because you've been walking this particular path, um in this, on the spiritual path, this healing path, and so therefore it's like literally at the last hurdle, it's like these energies, these entities, right, coming in to say, look, it's never going to turn around, it's not going to work out, it's not going to happen, so you may as well kind of join us, type of thing. And you're like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm hearing like standing 10 toes down. Is that a saying? Something like that? Guys, this is really random, but a fly just came through and it literally landed right here in front of me. So I'm getting something to do with monitoring spirits. Okay. Yeah, it's actually kind of a bit unnerving. I want it to go away from me. Fly away, please. Leave me alone. um, yeah, I definitely feel there's been some sort of like somebody tried to do like something like dark magic or a hex or something, or like there's evil eye or something like that has been done, um either to slow down the competition, as in you, or to enhance them in order to override the competition, or there's been something going on here, um to prevent you from being in this position and place where you're having your new beginning in this energy of peace. There's been a lot of messing with here, right? I'm getting something to do with somebody going to a practitioner. Guys, and now I'm seeing like one of those dolls and somebody sticking pins in it. Oh my gosh, this is horrible. Why am I getting that? Anyway, I'm going to move on from this. That's the end of the read. So I hope that there have been some messages, a few messages, if not the whole reading, that potentially resonated. And if you have, enjoyed this reading and you wish to support myself in the channel, there are donation links available. There is a PayPal link in the description box below, and the other form is super thanks. So thank you so much. That's listed underneath this video. So thank you so much for those of you who have already donated. I greatly appreciate you. Even if you don't financially donate, a wonderful way to energetically donate is to like, share, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll get back to you guys on those comments when I can. So thank you so much. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get an alert as to when I post another video for you and you don't miss out on future updates or content on the channel. But I hope that you have a good week. Sending love and light your way. Many blessings. Please take care, and I'll see you and speak to you soon. Thank you. Bye, guys.